players, welcome to Best Beginner Guitar Lessons. Today I'm going to talk about something that most every beginner guitar has to deal with, and that's being able to make your cards sound clear, making each string sound clear as you press them down. It's something that 99.9% people who start out learning how to play guitar have trouble with, and getting that string firm to the fretboard and being able to make it sound clear. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Something that many guitar teachers and guitar instructors do not talk about is that when you play in guitar, your carding hand, the hand that makes the cards, the fingernails have to be trimmed even with the tip of the finger, or even shorter. They have to be cut short, where they do not extend past the tip of the finger, because you want to use the very tip of your finger to press the strings down. And also, if your fingernail is sticking out past the tip of your finger when you go to play the cards, whatever the card might be, it will not, your fingernail will not allow the tip of your finger to press straight down and firm. It will not allow your finger to go all the way to the fretboard with the string. And when you get that sort of problem, you're going to have dead notes like that. You hear the dead note. That's what you don't want. You want, when you go to play your cards, you want clear sound all the way down. Okay? So very important tip. Keep your fingernails trimmed on your carding hand to the tip of your finger, or even just past the tip of your finger, to where you press straight down and firm on the strings. Very important. This is one of the things that keeps most or a lot of guitar players completely frustrated and never be able to play cards and make them sound clear, because they don't realize the fingernails are too long. They're too long. Keep those fingernails cut short. I'm going to share a couple other tips here for you today. When you're first starting out, what you want is, again, to play right on the tip of your fingers, not on the fatty part inside, the very tip. And in order to do that, you want your fingers to be as vertical as possible, up and down, to where the tip can go straight down to each string without touching the string next to it. This creates, if you're leaning, letting your fingers lay across, if you see me pull my elbow out away from my body, you'll see my fingers start to lay down. Further out, the more they lay down. And when they do that, they're touching strings next to the one you're trying to press. Again, dead notes again, dead tones. So very important, let your elbow stay fairly close to your body. Now there are cards, at times you will need to move away on certain cards. Okay? But for most cards, you want to play with the elbow down by the body, arm relaxed, shoulder relaxed. And that will allow you your fingers to come around, up and over, and press straight down the strings where you're going to get a clear note. Okay? Another little tip, very important, and these are all pertaining to making cards and making them sound right, is to get as close to the fret as you can. As close to the fret as you can. Right here. Okay? Just like that. So what you want to do is press straight down with the fingertip and get right next to the fret. Whatever fret you're playing, no matter which one it is, be right next to it. Say, for instance, I want to play the first string, which is a little string, on the second fret, I'd be right here. Right here. Right there is where I'd be. Right next to it. Not way up there, but not way back here, close to the first fret. Right down here. Right down here. Second fret right next to it. And when you do that, it's going to take a lot less pressure to get the note to sound clear. Okay? And when you go to play, you're going to have that clear sound. And that's what you want, the clear sound. You want to learn your cards, you want to be able to play them, make them sound clear. So that's another little tip. Right next to the fretboard. And the third tip is, when you're first starting out, it's always hard for most every person to press the strings down and get firm even pressure on all strings where you get the chord clear. For instance, on the C chord. Okay, because you have that big spread here. You know, the first, second, third finger spread apart across 3 frets for C. Okay, and it's going to play that way through on all the chords when you first start. Here's my secret to really getting started, be able to play chords clear and be able to move from one to the other easily. The Kaiser Capo. It doesn't have to be Kaiser, but the Capo is the tool that's going to allow you to be able to play the chords much easier and be able to change from one chord to the other. Now, what it really is, the real job of the guitar capo is if you're playing along with a singer and they want to sing and say F sharp key, and you don't know the chords of the F sharp, you don't like to play the chords of the F sharp, whichever one it is, you can take the capo, say put it here on second, or let's say the third fret, strap it across, it's spring loaded, holds all 6 strings down. Okay, so here what we've done is, when the strings come through, the little white piece called the nut. Okay, this third fret now has become the nut. Okay, here's the nut. So this would be your first, second, third fret. Now, you can still play the C here, but you hear how it's raised the pitch a full step. Okay, just like that, full step C. And you say, well, how's that helping by using the capo? It's 2 things, twofold. First of all, when you put the capo on, if your strings are a little high, it will reduce the height of the string closer to the fretboard, so you don't have as far to press, and it's going to soften the pressure you need to put on each string to make the chord. Okay, just like that. It's going to soften quite a bit. Quite a bit. Okay? Second thing it does, if you'll notice, as you move down the fretboard with the frets, which are the metal bars, as you get right along this area, you'll start seeing the frets starting to get a little closer together. Not as much spread between the frets. Okay? So what that does is, let's say we put the capo on the 5th fret. Okay? 5th fret. Now when I play C, my fingers don't have as much spread between each finger. So it makes it, you're more on top of the strings, and they're closer together. They're not spread as much from one to the other. So they're much easier to play. So you have the soft touch because the strings are closer to the neck. And the second thing is that the spread between frets is not as much. And so it makes it much easier to get to the chord. And when you put that capo on for the very first time, if you're struggling with your chords, which most people do in the beginning, put that capo on. You can put it anywhere on this neck. And we'll talk about what the capo does and how you can use it to play different keys and a lot of different chords just by using the capo. We'll talk about that in another video. But just remember, you can place it anywhere on here. And I always recommend singing when you're playing song. Well, you can move the capo, still play the chords you say you want to play G, E minor, C, and D. You can still play those chords anywhere along here, but you're changing that key to match, and you can find your voice where your voice matches the chords by using the capo, by moving it up and down. I hope that helps. Hope you understand. Please, please, if you do anything when you first start out, get you a capo. $15, $18, $20, something like that. Well worth the money. It's going to get you playing your chords fast, and they're going to play so much easier, and you're going to have a lot less finger soreness, which is another problem everybody has. I remember back when I first started many years ago, the finger soreness was really, really bad. If someone would have just told me these tips I've shared with you today, by keeping your fingernails trimmed and being able to press the string straight down by keeping your elbow kind of tucked into your body, okay, and using the capo, and being like I said, being close to the frets also is very important. I would have made tremendous progress really fast with these tips. Instead of struggling through trying to wrestle with these chords, you're going to be playing chords really, really quick. And what I suggest, you do not need to know hundreds and hundreds of chords or scales or riffs, modes. None of that. There's a place for that if that's what you want to play, but 99.9% of the people that I see, and I've taught over the 40 years I've been teaching, want to learn how to play chords and songs. And the best way to do that is by learning a handful of chords, the right chords that go with each other, and that you can take those chords and play hundreds, even thousands of songs. And if you'll search here for 4 chords or magic 4 chords, I'll show you the 4 chords that I recommend to start with. That once you learn how to play them and make them sound clear, and again, use that capo and you'll be able to do it much faster. You'll be able to use those 4 chords in hundreds, even thousands of songs. So keep that in mind. I hope this video tutorial has helped you. Leave your comments down below. Let me know if I've been some help to you. Leave your comments if you have any questions for me. Leave them down below about your lessons, anything you're having trouble with. I'm always here to help. I read and answer every comment personally, and I will respond to you usually within 24 hours. And I'm really excited. My channel is really growing. I've been able to help thousands and thousands of students learn how to play. I've been, like I said earlier, teaching over 40 years. And I've taught thousands of students, young, old, really doesn't matter. If you have the desire to play and you have the right teacher, which I can be that teacher to help you get started the right way. I've proven that with all the thousands of students I've taught. I can help you get to where you can play songs and chords in a matter of days, week, 10 days, 2 weeks. You'll be playing chords and songs in no time at all. So leave your comments below, and if you would, please subscribe to my channel. Just click the red button below and hit the little bell symbol, and you'll be notified each time I put up a new video tutorial. I also put up a lot of songs. You can find a lot of easy play songs here on my YouTube channel also. Tons of guitar lessons and tips and tricks. So leave your comments below. Please subscribe to my channel. And also down in the description, I'm going to have a link to my website, bestbeginnerguitarlessons.com. If you click that link in the description, it's going to bring you to my home page where you just enter your email, click the red button, and you're going to have instant access to 38 of my best beginner guitar lessons. Step-by-step lessons that will take you from one lesson to the other and lead you through all 38 lessons. So when you finish those lessons, you're going to be able to play major chords, minor chords, seventh chords, learn rhythm patterns, just everything you need to know. But again, that's going to take a little time, a little effort to run through those. So if you want to really get started quick, search for my magic 4 chords here on my YouTube channel. Get you started fast. But I'll have the link to my website down below. I believe that's all I have for today. So until next time, let's go learn how to play some guitar.